listening to Clash Royale Radio with Dylan and Caleb in 3, 2, 1.
And welcome back to Clash Royale Radio, episode number 28. I am your host, Dylan.
And I'm your boy, Caleb.
Co-host, Caleb. And guys, this week we're going to be talking about the Little Prince, the brand new champion, also the Evo Archers, and then also tips on how to get to Ultimate Champion. And we also got a Evo predictions by somebody from our Discord. So, yeah.
So, man, good episode.
Yeah, dude, how was your week?
Honestly, it was the best Clash Royale season of my entire Clash Royale career.
Bring it out.
I will bring it out because you flexed real hard on what episode? It
was like, I don't know, three or four episodes ago.
It don't matter, bro, because I am there. And what do I mean, boys and girls? I finally made it to Ultimate Champ last season. Hey, let's go.
Finally.
Using
about time.
Golem, Pump, Evo Knight.
Nice.
And I was just killing it, dude. Just killing it. Finally got there. And I made it, I think it was 58%.
58%?
58%.
Nice. That's better than me.
16,
Mine was, what,
52 or 56? You're somewhere in there.
54. I think it was 54.
Oh, was it 54?
Yeah.
And I made it 1664. That's how many medals I had.
16 what?
1664.
Oh, I thought you made it to 17.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Just 1664. Okay. That's as far as I made it. And, guys, I grinded on Trophy Road, and I finally made it to 9K.
Yeah, that's right.
The greatest.
Caleb's on Cloud 9.
Oh, I'm on Cloud 9. Last season I was, and it was just amazing, guys. And it was awesome. So, but, Dylan, enough about my week, bro. How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. I finally made it to Ultimate Champion last season as well, finally.
How many times have you done that? Is that 3?
That was my third time, yeah.
That was your third time.
Last 2 seasons, I didn't really try, but because this just takes a lot of time. But finally, last season, I was like, yeah, I'm going to try it. But guys, we also have a brand new guest here with us for the show.
Let's go.
This is Treck. He finished 2074 in the world. So, Treck, thank you for being on the show with us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, not a problem, man. So how did you do last season?
Well, I didn't do the greatest. I didn't play the greatest on the last day of the season, but before that I was playing pretty solid. I was just tilting a lot, but the season before is when I got the 2074 finish, and I'm pretty proud of that. So, yeah.
Yeah, wow. And you're a hog player, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Viper hog player, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, Treck, talk about your backstory of Clash Royale. I'm very interested to see what made you download Clash Royale, and then what keeps you driving to keep playing this game competitively.
As you may know, I am a semi-pro Clash Royale player and coach who started back in July of 2016. I was interested in Clash of Clans shortly before getting Clash Royale, and when I saw Clash Royale as a similar game to Clash of Clans, I immediately found the game to be interesting. For the first 2 years of playing the game, I was an average player, and back in the day, pushing up to Hog Mountain was a massive achievement, and I remember that I didn't have enough skill to do it. And in 2019, I started to achieve top 10K status earlier in the season, and I did it with a deck that consisted of Archers, Hog, Ice Spirit, Bats, Inferno Tower, Knight, Log, and Fireball. Throughout the time that I played the deck, I had made some changes. I swapped Tornado out for the Inferno Tower and Zap instead of Log, but it was a solid deck at the time. In fact, the Zap and Inferno Tower version was one of the decks in the 2018 YouTuber Challenge. When I had little success with the deck anymore, I switched to Giant Balloon and had a lot of success with it. This was back in 2020, and I quickly got top finishes with the deck, which consisted of Giant Balloon, Mini P.E.K.K.A, Skeletons, Giant Snowball, Musketeer, and either Skeleton Dragons or Bats, and then either Arrows or Log. I had started to become a better player, and now I mainly play the Viper deck, which has no evolutions in it. When playing different decks and getting really good at one at a time, it starts to make you a better player. I've slowly grown as a player and know how to play different archetypes such as Golem, even though I don't play Golem too often. I at least have an idea of how to play golem because of whatever deck I might be running mainly. If you keep on switching decks, you're not going to become a better player. And if you get better by playing different decks, it's going to take you much longer to do that. And it's going to take much longer to build a foundation of any sort. This is coming from multiple years of experience and many top 4K finishes. What keeps me playing is the amount of time and effort that I have put into this game. There's so many satisfying interactions that can be made, and it's awesome when you can outplay someone. It's kind of like chess, where the opponent is on the edge of their seat the entire game because they're afraid of losing since they know the person across the chessboard is better than them. It's cool to see that my work has paid off in this game, and every day I'm trying to push my limits to get into the pro scene.
That's amazing,
wow,
man.
bro. That's really awesome. You put that together real well.
Not to mention, guys, Treck is also in our Discord community, and he is a coach on there. So if you guys need some free coaching, go ahead and let him know. So he would love to do that.
Let me know. Yeah.
But guys, before we get started, if you guys want some updates of the podcast or anything like that, make sure you guys follow us on Twitter. And if you guys want any more like chatting discussions, tournaments, and a whole lot more, please join the Discord. The link will be down at the show notes below.
And like always, guys, if you're listening to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Spotify, or any other platform, or wherever you find your podcast, go ahead and leave a review to support the show.
Question of the week.
Let's go. This is by @Fighter. He says, what order does a washer and a dryer go in? Washer on the left or dryer on the right, or vice versa?
What's your dryer and washer? Washer and dryer, whatever.
So yeah, my dryer. So if you're looking at my washer and dryer, my dryer is on the right side and my washer's on the left. And so, it's the dryer is closer to the door. So I pull.
Wait.
What?
Your hand signals are backwards. So you said your washer is in the left?
That's what I just said.
Okay.
My dryer's on the right, my washer in the left, right?
Okay, yes. But your hand... Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
It's because you and I are sitting across from each other. Your left is my right.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
There you go.
Yeah, my bad.
There you go.
But, that's how I think it's how it's supposed to be, too. Like, washer on the left, dryer on the right.
Yeah.
But here's, the only thing I need my dryer to have. The dryer door needs to be
the other way.
Needs to go... outside.
It needs to open it the other way?
It needs to open up the other way, so that way you're not fighting a door.
Yeah, I wish you could change the hinges or something.
What do you think, Treck?
I think that the washer should be on the left and then the dryer on the right because, you read from left to right.
Yeah,
so
that's probably how we are, yeah.
Oh, by the way, if you guys are wondering, if the honest is wondering about these questions, I know they have nothing to do with Clash Royale. We actually posted something that says, can you ask us a question that's non-Clash Royale related? That's the only reason.
You know what I should have said?
What?
I don't know. That's my mom. Mom! Where's my super... We got a second question.
Alrighty. This is from NetWolf. He says, if you had the choice, what would your current dream job
or occupation
be?
What's yours?
What's mine?
Yeah.
I kind of am in my dream job. So my main thing is I love rebuilding and fixing stuff. I like being a mechanic. And so I'm working on farm equipment, and that's pretty fun. If I had to be a dream job, honestly, it would be working on bigger machineries, way bigger.
Really? So
maybe
you're close then.
Maybe cranes, maybe a little bit bigger trains or something like that. I don't know. Maybe boats. Like ships and stuff like that. I don't
Fighter
know.
jets.
Just yeah. I don't know. I would just really love to be a mechanic and work on huge equipment and stuff like that. I don't know.
What about you, Treck?
I think. Well, I want to just be an entrepreneur. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm studying right now in a college to do that. So
nice.
I'm trying to become an entrepreneur, but if that doesn't work out, probably something in the marketing department or, business just department in general.
Nice. Okay.
That's
Cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So growing up, guys, I've always
here we go.
I wanted to be in the NBA. That's my dream job. I would love that. I love basketball. I have a huge passion for basketball. But those dreams are very slim. So recently, though, the last couple of years, I've always wanted to be a pilot. And I think it'd be such a really cool job to be an airline pilot. So that would be probably my more realistic dream job. And they're having a shortage, too. They're still trying to find some pilots out there. But
Skilled pilots, Dylan.
Yeah,
I'm joking, bud. I'm not kidding. Like, when did you finally get it? Is it because of that game?
Like, I think it was because of Flight Sim, yeah.
But
I don't know, because like always growing up too, like I always loved planes, and
That's
like
true.
I'm always like, if I hear a plane in the air, I'm looking. You know what I mean?
Dude,
like I'm trying to
share
find
this. I was driving to McDonald's, believe it or not.
No way.
I was driving to McDonald's. It was a clear day, and all of a sudden, like my windows are up and everything. I'm driving, and my car's pretty loud. There is something so loud and roaring. I'm like, that's got to be a plane that's really close to the ground. I'm looking out, and I see 2 F-35 fighter jets. I'm like, dang, that's really, really cool.
Mm-hmm. And they're pretty low.
I'm not kidding. I called Dylan because they went almost close to his house. I called Dylan, and Dylan's like, did you see him? What were they? He knew exactly. He knew exactly what I was about to call.
I was already outside looking. I'm like,
at first, it looked like F-22s, and I was like really excited. I'm like, dude, I think they were F-22s.
there's no way they're out there just flying around.
And they
F-22.
made one more pass. This time they were a little higher. And I'm like, they've got to be F-22s. But pastor, when we went to church, I guess our pastor saw them too, and he saw them really good. He said they only had one engine in the back, which was F-35. So that's what he said they were. So, but I still thought that was pretty cool. But anyways, I don't know why we got to share that. But
all right, guys.
Okay, we're off that segment. Let's get into Clash Royale business.
Yeah, Little Prince and the Evo Archers. We talked a lot about the Evo Archers, but now we had our time to get our hands on them and stuff like that. We'll talk about them in a little bit. But I want to talk about the Little Prince, the new champion. So, dude, what do you think about the Little Prince?
Overpowered. Like crazy.
Yeah.
And it's just ridiculous how many people are playing it, especially in the POL. I didn't think it was going to be like this broken, but man, if it can't die to fireball.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing.
I think
it has to die to fireball. It's a 3 elixir card.
Yeah. Did you say it won't even die to fireball or zap if you put them together? Is that what you said?
No. It won't die to arrows and zap. I think if I remember
arrows
right.
and zap.
Yeah, it'll die to fireball and anything else.
Okay, good. But I was about to say if it doesn't even die to that, you know what I mean? That's insane.
Pretty much when you fireball it, it's like a 1 HP. Like it's pretty much dead.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So like if it has any sort of damage on it. Just fireball, it will kill it. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
But it should die to fireball.
It should.
Hands down.
I believe it should. But what do you think, Treck?
Hey parents.
Yeah, you.
Are you looking for a podcast your kids will really love?
Well, we made one just for you.
And for us.
As genuine, all-natural kids ourselves, we know what makes a fun and interesting podcast.
So we decided to make it ourselves. Every show is packed with interviews, stories, and on-the-ground reporting.
We have interviewed everyone from scientists to Grammy Award-winning musicians to NFL quarterbacks.
Listen to Wild Interest wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah, I think it should die to fireball, but I feel like if I were to nerf it, I would just nerf the Guardian spawn range. It's just insane.
That is true.
There's no real good way to kill it, and it seems like any way you try to kill it, the troops that you try to counter it, or like the troops, they're almost dead. So
well, it's not even that though. Like if he spawns at the bridge, he's at your tower. Like that's the thing. Like it is so. Yeah. Like it's pretty much a win condition. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The ability.
The thing it can shoot like a dart goblin.
Yeah.
If you get him to sit still long enough, that's also insane.
See, I don't care about that much. Off, you know what I mean? Like,
especially if it's locked on your tower, you're going to care.
It's just the ability. Now, I understand the ability is 3 elixir. You know, you're paying a lot for an ability.
That's true.
But I agree with Treck. Like the push or the spawn where that little not little but the guardian all the way through like towards your tower.
By the way, is a she.
No. It is.
I'm just saying. Sketchy. Anyways, but no, yeah, you're right. He's right. The push is insane. So you really like Treck, do you think you're fine with it lasting a fireball hit and you just rather have the range shorter? Is that what you think that might make it not so much overpowered? Or do you think it needs to die to fireball as well?
I don't think it should die to fireball. I think it shouldn't be like viable to the point that you could just put it at the bridge and have success with it.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And then also probably the knockback from the Guardian it's like it almost gets to your tower basically. And if it's like slightly closer to your tower, like if you accidentally tornado it like a little bit like towards your tower, it will get, like basically the Guardian's on top of your tower right there, and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah. Now, can you activate King Tower with it? With the Guardian?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think it's too heavy.
Tried.
So the Guardian's damage, first of all, when he charges, his damage is 440. And his damage when he uses his sword, it's 220.
Yeah, I believe this is level 11, but yeah.
Yeah, sorry. You're right.
Tournament standard.
Level 11. And that's insane, though. Especially when you place that at the bridge. So you're looking at a tanky boy. His hit points are 1980.
It's pretty much it's a little bit weaker knight.
That's what I was just about to explain.
It's a 3 elixir, but it has like pushback and like
it's a log. Yeah. it's a log and a prince kind of put together with a big flipping sword.
We're just glad he doesn't have a shield.
No kidding. Don't get an Evo. But I think a lot of players are aware maybe of the situation. Like, this card's broken. Everybody's using it, obviously.
Just like any other card, like any brand new card coming out, everybody's going to be using it.
This is the coolest part. It was for free, pretty much.
That's true.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Plus, that's awesome for Supercell.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that.
You didn't make it pay to win where, you just put it in the shop and put $10 on the line. You know what I mean? It's actually for free. You just got to be at level 11, right?
I think so. Yeah, you're level 11, I think.
You just got to be level 11, you get it for free. And I think that's amazing. So, but
that's good. Yeah.
But yeah, anything else you want to talk about the Little Prince, or you think we covered it?
Yeah, I don't know. Definitely overpowered. In my opinion, I think it should die to Fireball. But yeah, I don't know.
I'm on the fence. I mean, I think Treck has got it right. Is that like his range is really long when he throws that Guardian out there?
I would say they need to fix his spawn, the Guardian spawn radius.
Yeah. But
fix that.
Yeah. I am kind of annoyed that it can't die to Fireball.
Yeah, I know.
It's kind of like the Firecracker when its Evo doesn't die to Fireball. You know how outrageous that would be?
What? You mean arrows?
Huh?
You mean arrows?
I don't know. Could you imagine Evo Firecracker not dying to Fireball?
Yeah.
That'd be stupid. Okay, anyways.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, about that. All right, let's go to the Evo Archers.
I'm not going to lie to you. Haven't played them, so I have no idea how good they are.
I played with them like twice.
Okay.
And they're not bad, but I think they're real balanced. I think they're really good for the meta.
You got to spawn them in that sweet spot sometimes. You know what I mean? Because their sweet spot's that radius where they deal double damage.
Right. And they're pretty good on defense. I bet I think Evo Knight is still overpowered. I think a lot more people are wanting to play that. Yeah. Well, at the top 10 players that finished last season, 9 of them were using Evo Knight. So,
and then one was using Evo Recruits.
Recruits, yeah.
Wow. How about that?
So I still think the Evo Knight's still broken. So, Treck, have you played with the Archers yet?
I haven't. I don't pay like any money on the game.
Oh, I see.
But I've gone against them a lot. I feel like I have a very different take than you guys. I feel like they're like kind of broken because if you split them, they're definitely a threat, like more of a threat than if they are like together, except if they're like on defense trying to defend something. And I feel like they should definitely nerf it to where they don't do as much damage when they're shooting far away. And like their health and their range is just insane. Like that's what I think. But I've seen them like, with Little Prince in the same deck, and it's just like crazy. You have to defend 2 threats, I feel like.
Right. True. Yeah, I never really thought about when they're split. I played against them once. Some guy playing a Expo 3.0 Expo, and I was using Recruits and I won, so like it wasn't that big a deal. But still, like I don't know. To me, I don't feel like they're that overpowered. But like I'm a little bit lower skill level than you, so you would know. I think you would know, and people know how to play them. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's my take on it anyway. I am glad they die to Fireball, though.
Oh, yeah. Do they die to arrows?
They do not.
They do not. Yeah, they survive arrows. Oh. Yep.
OJ made a big deal about that during that video.
Well, Dude, I feel like Clash Royale is such a Fireball bait meta anymore.
No
you know what I mean?
Kidding. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Because arrows are being useless. I mean, arrows are still useful, very useful, but like when something's evoed, you can't, there's nothing that will kill an evo thing. Well, I mean, evo bats, so I think arrows will kill evo bats.
Especially when you just bring out another card that people have to fireball on something else with, like the Little Prince. You're just bringing out basically another bait card. I'm going to bait you to use your fireball. That way I can lay down something else. So there's a lot more bait cards coming into the game, it seems like.
That's why I think that splash heavy decks are really good, at least in this meta, because it destroys, Evo recruits, shields, and everything like that, and it can destroy like Evo barbs. Like the only thing that I can't really destroy is the Evo Knight, but you can still have a tank killer in your deck.
That's why a few people like on Top Ladder were playing Wizard. Like Wizard was actually a thing for a little bit. Yeah. I don't think so now, but it was crazy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
I know. Yeah, that was crazy.
Okay, Treck, what do you think? Is the Little Prince more OP than the Monk whenever it first came out?
Yeah, definitely, for sure. But not as OP as the Phoenix when it came out.
Yeah, I did feel like the Phoenix was way overpowered. Like, I think Phoenix was definitely more OP than the Prince, but yeah.
I'm thinking of myself of being a pretty big idiot.
What?
Because here am I, like, thinking back now, I'm like thinking like Phoenix is not that bad. It doesn't need to die to log.
Oh my goodness!
On the
yes, dude.
Remember that stupid argument?
I've listened to that episode like a couple days ago.
I'm like, you don't even know. We need a new co-host. I'm sorry, guys.
Moving right along. All right, guys. How to get to Ultimate Champion. So, Treck, I'll have you start, man. what are some tips, and tell the people, like, how do you get to Ultimate Champion?
Yeah, sure. So, first of all, you got to focus on getting many positive elixir trades as you can. This will help you beat, like, most matchups, even if you have, like, if they're playing a hard counter to you. Like another one would be to work on timings of card placements, which this is kind of more advanced, but after you get like really good at the game and you know, like by playing the game more, like how to counter certain cards with maybe not the best response, it can definitely like help you beat those hard matchups. And then also watching other players play your deck and other decks that you're not familiar with. And this can help you notice mistakes that people make, and then you can improve that when you're playing your own deck, and to also analyze the player's kind of technique of how they go about each matchup. And I have some recommendations of like YouTubers to watch, and they're Surtag, Rich Slayton, and Ian77. Obviously, there's a lot more.
Juicy. I love Juicy. He's been my guy to go to.
At first, it was not, though. You thought that he was kind of annoying.
So, yeah, Juicy is so annoying when I first watched him. And then but he was so good.
You were the same way with Surtag. Like, he smiles way too much.
Yeah. When I first started watching Surtag, I'm like, dude, this guy's, like, happy.
And that's wrong?
I don't know.
Yeah, Juicy's a really good player. I mean, like, he can just outplay pretty much anyone, and it's just crazy.
And it's so entertaining.
It is.
Yeah, I know. His Twitch streams are so entertaining. I mean, I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I stayed up until, like, 5 a.m. watching one of his streams. Season. Yeah.
That's insane.
It was that entertaining.
That's awesome.
Dude, and his predictions. His predictions are insane.
Yes.
He has like shorts on YouTube, and I was going through them. I'm like, you got to be kidding me,
Seriously.
Yeah.
His predictions are insane.
But one of those points that you said is one of the ones that I'm still working on, and I find myself that the reason why I lose is because of this skill, and that's the timing of when I place my cards.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you, like, when a Dark Goblin is coming up through the bridge, and I trying to play my Ice Spirit just right, and I miss it every time. Dark Goblin's already hitting the tower. You know what I mean? Just that kind of timing for me is still building on, and I think that's where is a big difference for me from winning and losing.
What helped me, honestly, what helped me get through to get to Ultimate Champion is knowing
playing a real deck.
It's actually though of winning. Obviously, when to pump because I have a beatdown deck. So like when you're using a pump, the elixir pump, you've got to know when to pump, right? So that's one of your other key points is like when you lay down your pump, you can just basically build more elixir than they do. You have a higher chance of winning. But it's when to let the Evo Knight go. When to place down your Evo Knight. And I always place my Evo Knight at, when it comes to last minute, 59 seconds to go, when it's faster elixir. Was that double elixir or not yet?
Wait, last 50 seconds of the whole entire game in overtime?
That's not overtime yet.
Okay, it's times 2 elixir, yeah.
It's times 2 elixir, yeah. So when it comes to times 2 of elixir, that's when I make my push. I don't make a push yet. I just sit there, stay alive, defend, and then I make my push. See, at first, I wasn't doing that. Like, I would make a push during when it was just 1x elixir. You know what I mean? Like whenever elixir is going by slow, and I still got like a $1.50 on the time. That's not a good way to push with beatdown. So what I've been seeing and stuff like that. So what helped me is like, hey, just when to place my cards, when to push, and when do you not to push, play defense. So, but you nailed it to the point, Dylan.
Well,
like when to play them.
Well, any beatdown, I think that's the trick. Is how much do you defend?
Exactly.
What to defend? You know what I mean? And then like how much do I pay to defend, and how much do I want to use my tower as a resource so I can just try to 3 crown?
Exactly. Yeah.
And I found golem players. They're really good at okay, you can steal that tower, but I'm going to steal your 3.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's so annoying.
You need to learn like when to dump your elixir.
And then for me, but like for me too, like if I'm playing against you or playing any golem deck, if they golem in the back, I'm trying to spam.
Yeah.
But they're forgetting about it. I'm like, well, I'm going to lose now because I need them to spin elixir.
Yeah.
But they're smart enough, like, dude, you can steal this tower, but I'm going to get your 3 now.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
I'm going to splash 3 of them.
Yeah.
They're all going to be mine. So.
Yeah. I have a couple more tips, and like one of them is to watch your replays. For me personally,
yes.
I don't do this, but I just watch other people play. But if you don't like watching other people play, which some people don't like, they want to kind of get to the point and kind of watch their own replays to just know what they're doing and not what other people are doing. But if you do that, you can learn from your mistakes like pretty easily. I mean, especially if you rewatch it, which I've done with watching like other pros and other players. Like if I don't understand, like why did they place this card or why didn't they place this card,
right,
and how this interaction works, because then I can get better at being more aggressive in certain senses, and then also being like a better defensive player.
So
and then
so I have one probably a little bit better than that, is let somebody else that's way better than you watch your replay. There was a time I was playing and Karate was watching me, and I just lost. I'm like, I don't even know what happened. Like I was winning most of the game. What did I do? And actually, I don't think Karate was watching me on that game. But anyway, I shared the replay and messaged Karate and say, hey, can you watch this replay? I have no idea what happened. And he said, yeah, you just you were too offensive. Like you know what I mean? So because I do that a whole lot of time. Like I feel like, okay, I gotta go in now. I think if you just have be a little bit more patience, you'll be fine.
See,
like play
you
defense.
and I are totally different. I have too much patience and I lose.
Yeah, but you play Golem. I play a lot more ranged decks than you do, though.
That's true, though. You play a lot bigger ranger decks. I try to master at least one deck that I'm really good
and
at.
that's smart. You want to master
and
one.
And then I want to branch my way out there. Like I have your deck saved up. I got Juicy J deck that recruits pumped, and then we got the 3.1 Expo pump. I love that deck. That's hard to master, though.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, see, I can't engage. I have to learn when to engage and when to push.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you just see me sit back most of the time and play defense, and then I don't have a good push. I can't make a push. I'm going to lose because I didn't push. So, yeah.
Also, like it is very handy to have somebody with you. It doesn't have to be necessarily a great player, but like at least telling you, like watching your games, like, ooh, I don't think that was a good play, or hey, your opponent's at 4 elixir.
Exactly.
Just having that kind of an advantage. And also, your the spectator will tell you, like, hey, he has lightning, be careful, or you know what I mean, like. So that's really helpful too, and it's also a lot of fun.
It is. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I do have one more tip, and that's to push at the end of the season when you have no multipliers. And that'll make you go against easier opponents. And then even if you don't get to Ultimate Champion, then you can have more multipliers for the next season.
True.
Yep.
Kind of push up. And this isn't even my tip. I actually watched it off of, I forgot what their name was on YouTube, but I watched it off of YouTube to kind of actually give my dad some tips because he actually plays the game too.
That's
Let's
awesome.
go.
Dude, that's awesome. We need to get our dad now, Dylan.
Yeah, right.
On his tiny phone? Dude, that's dope, bro. That is awesome.
Yeah. And should I give some decks with
Yeah, I was getting ready to say.
Yeah.
Give it. Yeah, actually, go ahead and what is your deck that you play?
So I play the Viper deck right now. I'm currently playing that deck for the most part. I play Giant Balloons sometimes, which is kind of an easy deck to play, to push up at least. It's kind of harder to play it, at a higher level, actually really hard. It's kind of in a tough spot right now for, playing it at top 5K or higher level.
Right.
But I mean,
I feel like Golem Pump. That's a really good deck. I've seen that. I've seen that in the top hundreds. Yeah. What else you got?
Yeah. So I have two decks right here. I mean, one with evolutions and then one without evolutions. So the one with evolutions is Giant Graveyard, Bowler, Evolution Knight, Skeleton Army, Night Witch, Arrows, and Giant Snowball. Because I've been against this deck before, and it's pretty insane.
Yeah. Graveyard is very strong still. I don't think it's ever been not strong. You know what I mean? Did you say it was poison too?
No, just Giant Snowball and then Arrows.
Oh, okay. Wow, okay. That's a variant I have not played, yeah.
Yeah, because Giant Graveyard typically works well with those two spells since you're trying to fight against swarms.
True.
And all of that for that. And then a deck that I've tried, and I've actually had a lot of success with, is this Giant Balloon deck. It's with Wizard, Giant, Balloon, Mini P.E.K.K.A., Goblins, Minions, Arrows, and Rage.
You lost me at Wizard.
Yeah, I was about to say, you got Harry Potter in that thing? That's insane. I'm sorry. There's two cards that me and Dylan hate, okay? E-Golem, Wizard. Hate these cards.
And Mega Knight. But Mega Knight's easy to deal with anymore. Once you figure it out.
I finally figured out Mega Knight. All right, but I don't even want to talk about Mega Knight. Okay, these cards are prisons.
I mean, you could swap out Musketeer for Wizard. It'll probably work out. It's just a really good deck because you can rush and be aggressive.
Ain't it true though
that would be a fun deck to play because whenever I first started playing Clash, man, I loved the balloon. I don't know if this was a thing back in the day, which was 3 years ago. Golem Balloon. I am not kidding you. One of my play styles were play Golem in the back, make a mini push because my opponent will overspend on defense, and it's a free balloon freeze on the other end.
Yep.
And I would just steal towers left and right, and that's all I would do.
I would do mine differently, though.
Now, I was in 5,000 trophy range, but it was actually super easy to get through.
I was a Golem player, but I didn't use that. I used Mini P.E.K.K.A. and you use Ghost and Freeze. So I would play down my Golem and let them dump all their elixir on that.
Oh, then you just peck on the other end.
P.E.K.K.A., Ghost, and then freeze it, and then it would rob a tower. And I know that was a lot of elixir, and it was risky as heck, but let me tell you, it worked. It worked real well.
But yeah, I love balloon decks. Now, I'm not very good with them, especially with, I'm a big lava player as well. It's hard for me to play Lava Loon. And it's kind of weird because I think to me, that's the easier variant. I love Lava Miner.
Yeah, your deck is hard.
I have to play Miner with lava.
Your deck is like a totally different level to mine. Mine, you just got to pump, know when to pump, and then know when to push, and you got it. You know what I mean? And then you just dump elixir as much as you can just to take that tower.
But if I'm not mistaken, lava is not in a very good spot right now. I know Karate, he's our big lava player guy. He's having a hard time, especially last season. So it might be a deck I wouldn't try in the right now in this season. How hard is Graveyard to master?
It's not that hard. Like Splash Yard specifically is definitely very hard to master. But then, yeah, I've tried it before, and it's like you have to know what you're doing like a lot. Like you have to play the deck specifically a lot. You can't even play the matchup to know like how to play with Graveyard. It's because it's like super high skill, and like you got to know what you're doing. And then with Giant Graveyard and with, Mega Knight Graveyard with what else? Graveyard Freeze. Those decks are decently easy, but it does take some skill for sure.
So with me with Graveyard, like, what was it, 3 to 4 seasons ago, there was a deck that Surtag played. It was a, I don't even remember. It was a Musketeer, Executioner Tornado. Graveyard Freeze.
What was that? Was it Graveyard Freeze?
Graveyard Freeze. And dude, I was doing so well with it. And the Tornado with the
Executioner Tornado is so
comes in clutch so many times.
The value of it.
Yeah.
But typically with Freeze, it is yes, it is. And it's, I gotta tell you, it's so annoying when somebody does that to you, like freezes your tower when they have a graveyard on the board. I'm like, come on, what do I do now? I can't do nothing.
You freeze the graveyard.
Yeah, try that one.
Try that one, bro. Try this all precise.
But my favorite graveyard decks is a graveyard deck with freeze.
You know what they should do with the freeze in the graveyard? If you freeze a graveyard, it should stop producing skeletons until it unfreezes.
That'd be neat.
That's what that should do. That's what freeze does. They should do that with Rocket and Fireball as well.
Okay, seriously, if you could freeze a Rocket and Fireball, dude, seriously, that needs to be a thing.
No, freeze will be broken.
That needs to be a thing.
Freeze will be broken. You might as well just say anything that rides a horse can jump the log.
Okay, how about this? Freeze your own tower before the Fireballs. That way the Fireball doesn't do technically a lot of damage.
I mean, that's true. You're just
That'd be kind of cool.
You're just thawing it out at that point.
That'd be cool.
No, do you think that Hog Rider, Prince, and Dark Prince, or whatever rides something, should jump over a log?
Whee! I guess.
When a log comes in,
that would be tough. That would. That's a great. I think. Wow.
I think you should. I think they should jump it. If you can jump a lake, which the lake is a lot wider than a dang log, you should jump the log. They can. They're not wearing blonde hair. They can get it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I have some tips on kind of making a deck.
Yeah.
And yeah, sure. So I have if you need 1 or 2 win conditions, first of all, to make a deck. And this is very crucial because you're winning with these win conditions. That's why they're called win conditions. So
yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
You also need 3 air attacking troops at least.
Yeah.
If you have less than that, it's probably not going to work. I mean, there's you guys know the Archer Queen, Giant Skeleton, Hog.
Unfortunately, yes.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. With piggies?
Yes.
Well, against Lava Hound, it's pretty much dead. So that's why I don't really like to play that deck. So I like to have 4 air cards, but it depends from player to player, but definitely 3.
Well, just like the bomb tower Knight Poison with wall breakers, that doesn't have a whole lot of air attacks either, or units that attack air. You have the Magic Archer. I think that's about it. Maybe goblins, or the spear goblins, but because whenever if I have lava and I'm playing against that deck, it's 100-0. I'm winning without even trying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then there's also all the other matchups that it beats. It beats a ton of matchups, but
that's true.
Right now, it's not really the best deck. anymore because of the Little Prince.
Yeah, yeah. So, do you play Little Prince now?
I don't, because I'm focusing on the Viper deck to get a 20 win.
That's right.
Oh.
And then also on my main, it's at 12, and then on my mini, it's believe it or not, 13. So it's higher than
no way.
Wow.
Yeah. It's because I had more wild cards on my
That's
mini
awesome.
because I needed one more to upgrade the Mighty Miner. So luckily, the Little Prince came in clutch, and it didn't, release a little bit after where I got that last wild card.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. And on to my next tip. Well,
yeah.
Buildings aren't needed in every deck. I mean, you can see that there's Lava Loon usually does have a building, but then there's decks like Golem, which have a pump, but it's not really a defensive building.
Right.
So it's not really needed, but buildings are definitely like a really good thing to have.
They're safe, yeah.
Yeah, like most hog decks, my hog deck, I don't need it, but there's some hog decks that do run it, or most of them do, but you definitely do need like a building in some decks, since it's definitely needed.
Yeah, like if a deck is not as strong as defensively, you'll need a building. And that's another tip too. Like, building placements are crucial, and you can get so much value if you can find your placements. So I think if you really learn placements for your buildings, like for instance, when you place, say, Tombstone in the middle of your map of your side, if like a Hog Rider goes, you can have both towers attacking that Hog Rider.
Yeah,
and that's so crucial.
Yeah.
And annoying.
Yeah, I think Juicy J did a video on it. I'm not sure, but
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, or some YouTuber did, like on defensive buildings. Maybe OJ did, so I might be mistaken. But
it might have been Shane too. Shane does stuff like that.
Oh yeah, true.
Also, like learning EQ placements, or like non-EQ placements for your buildings as well. For they're not in range.
That is crucial, because Hog EQ is very meta right now.
Oh, definitely. It's so annoying.
Yeah. You definitely do need a tank killer, at least one, and that can be Rocket, believe it or not. I mean, Rocket does a ton of damage, and you could also do Inferno Tower. So those are kind of two examples of cards that you wouldn't think are tank killers, but they can act like tank killers in some way.
Mm-hmm. Mighty Miner.
And Mighty Miner.
Even like Mini Pekka too. Mini Pekka's solid.
He is.
Oh yeah,
people think that he's not
good.
I don't think he's a D tier card.
D tier?
Where did we put him at?
I don't think it was D.
You don't think it was D?
Might have been C.
Whatever it was. It needs to be higher. We need to do that again.
Mini Pekka Snowball is such a good combo too.
Yes. Dude, Snowball is underrated.
It is.
Oh yeah.
Be careful what you say about underrated, because apparently Wizard is underrated. That's stupid. All right, I don't even want to talk about. Juicy J was making a video about putting Expo Pump, and he traded out Musketeer for Wizard, and he says, "Guys, Wizard's the most underrated." Shut up, Juicy J. You're at that point. You're not a professional at that.
Unsubscribe and unsubscribe.
But it's so true about Snowball, though. Snowball is a good card. It's actually really decent.
Mm-hmm. In decks, like, you kind of want to run at least like 2 tanks. Sometimes it's fine to run 1. I mean, there's back to the Hog EQ, Archer Queen, Giant Skeleton deck. I mean, it only has the Giant Skeleton as its tank, and it somehow works. I honestly don't know how that works, but it does.
And it's so annoying.
Yeah.
Before the Evo Knight came out, was Knight always like a tank or not really?
Knight's your mini tank, I guess.
But now it's a tank. Now like Evo Knight's like a tank.
Or would you consider Knight a tank?
I think it is a tank. Like, a mini tank would probably be mini P.E.K.K.A. kind of fitting actually.
Yeah.
But
maybe an ice golem, a mini
because like it's like a support tank, I guess.
Yeah.
But now you can
say
with the Evo, you could really say it's a tank.
It's stupid.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's stupid.
Oh man.
All right, guys. Doomslay, he did his Evo predictions. And believe it or not, Caleb, I don't know if you saw this, but he did it for every single card. Can you imagine that?
He did every single one?
He did every card, but I did my favorite 10 here. Okay. So number 1, the Rascals.
To do my favorite 10.
Hey, go ahead. Do it.
I'm just kidding. Go.
No, what is your Evo? Don't you have one?
What?
What's your favorite? What's a prediction you got for an Evo?
The best prediction I ever had was whenever Royal Recruits would do spears, and that's the only thing I got.
Yeah.
But they didn't obviously do that. So,
what about you, Treck? Have you ever thought about like an Evo bomber or something like that?
Juggling 2 bombs.
I mean, there was in the game, like when they did what is it called, the spooky challenge thing, and then it shot fireballs.
Oh my goodness,
dude! You just want a lot of people quit Clash Royale.
Okay.
Do you think though? Before we get into this, do you think? I know Lava Hound's probably not going to get Evo, but do you think how the golem when it explodes it deals damage? Do you think the Lava Hound should do the same?
Because
they did a challenge. They did a challenge where Lava Hound would do like a fireball explosion, but not make it that much damage, but like make it where it explodes a little bit, where it does some damage, maybe pushback.
Yeah, I think that would be. I think that would be good. I mean, like what's worrying to me is. The main thing is that, like, they said that they're going to do cards outside of the common rarity.
Uh-oh.
They did say that?
We're in trouble.
Yeah.
I missed that.
I missed that, too.
I saw that.
Man, we're in trouble.
Which I'm sure they're going to do all cards, honestly, besides probably champions. They probably want to do champs, but...
Because champions already have their, like, ability.
Yeah, but they're probably not going to do cards like Ice Spirit or Goblins because they're already, like, pretty strong right now.
Yeah, and they're 1 elixir, so
wasn't it Firecracker pretty strong too before she got hers?
Firecracker?
She was already annoying as crazy.
Well, yeah, they buffed her once right before I think she got an Evo, and it was pretty bad. And then she got an Evo, and it made it even worse, like game breaking.
Yeah.
And then they finally fixed her up, and I think
she's not that bad no more. But
well, she's still decent, but like she's not game breaking anymore. She's easy to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways.
But Doomslay.
Yeah, let's go.
Number 1, he said the Rascals. The slow down effect for the girls because they have bubble gum. So like whenever they shoot, they slow it down. And then the big boy does knockback. So what do you guys think about that?
Can the Rascals die to log?
Probably not.
Let's not have them die to log.
Probably not.
They could die to arrows.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like if you're making them slower to shoot, it doesn't seem like an Evo to me. It just
and knockback
like
though.
True. Yeah.
You're doing 2.
But well, just think if those little girls had like the Ram Rider's ability to where like when they shoot, it like stuns them. And like pretty much stops.
Slower.
Like that would be insane.
And he does knockback, so you're pushing him back even more. So can you imagine doing that to a Royal Giant? You're allowing knockback and you're slowing it down. Or Golem. Actually, Golem would be actually better because they can build a better push for the back.
True. Yeah.
Dangerous.
That would be wow. I didn't think about that.
That's why I love playing against a Ram Rider. She slows my Golem down. I'm like, thanks.
Yeah. Go ahead and freeze it again.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, anyways.
Number 2, Skeleton Dragons.
I'm excited.
So every time they attack, they have like a little bar that fills up, and whenever they fill up, the higher that fills up, they turn into like the baby dragons like they do in Clash of Clans, I believe, right? Mm-hmm. To where like if they're by themselves, they like rage up a little bit.
That's in the builder base, yes.
Okay, yes. That's what he was talking about here. So like every time they shoot or every time they...
I like that, but here's what I think. I think when their bar is filled up, they act like a Tesla where they're like, they have to really like, I don't know.
The baby dragons?
No. I'm talking about the skeleton dragons. Like you know how like the Sparky takes a long time to charge up and then fires. Mm-hmm. I think when that bar fills up, they should take a long time to charge up and then shoot a huge fireball.
Oh, wow.
Both of them. That'd be kind of interesting.
Maybe the baby dragon should have that. So whenever like the more
It's an epic though, but yeah.
true. But like, yeah, that's okay. That's a good one.
That is pretty good. I like the little bar thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that idea. It adds some interesting concept to the game.
Yeah. Just imagine like it takes 10 hits before it like fully the bar, and then after that it takes a huge fireball.
Yeah,
I can see that for the baby dragon.
and you can and put like 10 cycles on it. You'll be good.
Okay, here's game breaking here. The goblins, number 3. Each time they hit the tower, they steal 0.25 elixir.
Shut up! No,
Oh god.
Can you imagine? But that should never happen though. Like,
that's what
honestly,
the dark goblin should do.
Oh yes. Okay, but do you think they'll ever make a card like this to where like if they do something like hit a tower or something like that, you'll steal your opponent's elixir?
Oh man,
I don't think they'll ever do that, but that'd be kind of interesting.
robbing the bank at that point.
And goblins would be a good one because like they don't hit the tower very often.
Yeah, that's true.
Can you imagine like if you minor it?
Yeah,
And then oh my, it's still all of the elixir. Can you imagine that? 2 elixir
every hit though. Maybe do that to the maybe the gob barrel.
Maybe not stealing elixir, but
You gain it.
No,
No, just
they
not
dump it. You dump your opponent's elixir every time.
Oh,
instead
dude.
instead of you like collecting it, it just gets dumped. So you don't get the best advantage.
bro.
You know what I mean?
You're losing that game would be broken.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Wow.
I think like a cool idea would be maybe to steal elixir from, or no, not even steal elixir, like maybe do something with defensive buildings, something like that for an Evo.
Yes.
So then people wouldn't run defensive buildings. It would just be like a weird meta. I don't know.
That would be crazy.
What if they did an ability
Yeah.
where like it's like a taunting ability, right? And like let's just say you want to fireball, or you play down. Let's just say just for giggles here, mini P.E.K.K.A, right? And it has a taunting ability where when you're placing a spell, you have to place a spell where the mini P.E.K.K.A is at. Like you have to target him first before you target a building or something like that. It's a taunting ability. So let's just say I want to fireball a building, but my mini P.E.K.K.A is out there. I can't fireball the building. I got to fireball my mini P.E.K.K.A. So it's like a protection or a shield kind of a thing. Maybe not the mini P.E.K.K.A, but I know that's going way deeper. But like, I feel like they should do a shield or something to spells.
Like a shield spell.
They should do a shield
10
spell.
elixir.
10 elixir. Yeah. Get it at the bar.
And then mirror. No.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
don't know.
Number 4, Dart Goblin. It does piercing darts.
What does that mean?
So like it goes through other
Magic.
basically the magic archer.
Magic dart goblin.
Yeah. I could see that. But instead of
they should do the poison dart goblin. Poison.
So everything
Every
hits
dart,
is
every time
poison?
he hits it, it gets more poison. Yeah, poison.
Maybe
deduction.
does some slowing down a little bit.
Slowing.
Okay.
COVID.
But I can see like if the dart goblin hits a troop, it can like bounce off other troops behind it.
Oh, do ricochet?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Piercing, it does ricochet. That'd be so cool.
Oh, I thought
I'm all for that.
I was in like envisioning the magic archer one, but piercing would be nuts.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Wow.
I think they should definitely make that like an OP thing, but then to counteract that, they could maybe do it where, like, when it dies, it turns into a pig, like a mother witch pig. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of dope.
Wait, what if you monk it and it has piercing?
Have your taste of your own medicine, bud.
Oh, we can keep going on and on. Number 5, the flying machine. It does. It's double barreled or like a machine gun, and whenever it dies, it drops a recruit.
So we know who's inside. You know what? I think they should honestly, for the Evo, they should do it like the builder base. Have that huge helicopter with that little minigun on it.
Does it shoot pretty fast?
Okay.
I don't know,
No, either.
but it looks cool.
That would look really cool, honestly.
Yeah, that would
They
be
need to do
really
that.
dope.
They need to do that.
Or where the thing has double cannons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
But yeah, when it dies,
or a bigger
drops a
gun.
troop.
Could you imagine a gun like the Royal Giant? Put a big gun in that thing. Man.
Number 6, the Valkyrie. Now this one is OP, and I would hate this. So it makes mini tornadoes when attacking. So basically, whenever she does the turnaround, it's gathering.
Oh my!
But that is such a great idea.
That's a great idea.
But it is stupid.
What a spinner! Could you imagine like a flipping balloon is trying to get closer to tower, but she just keeps on swirling?
I didn't think about
keeps
that.
Bringing it back.
Oh my goodness,
dude! You're just buying time, and you can't kill the thing because she's a tank.
I didn't think about like affecting flying troops. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, if there's like a ice golem or something protecting it, or like a miner or something, that would be insane.
And you wouldn't fireball it or arrow it. You know what I mean? She's such a tank.
I can actually see them doing this. You know what I mean? Like that's a pretty good idea.
Is the chat mad at us for him making that?
What's the chat?
Don't give Supercell any ideas. But that's a good idea for Valkyrie.
It'd be scary.
That would. Maybe not every time. Maybe like every 3 times she winds up. I don't know.
True. Yeah, I don't know. Number 7, the Royal Hogs. Just Royal Hogs, but goblins riding on them.
Enough with the goblins. Seriously. Seriously. It's bad enough we got one shooting them out of a flipping mortar.
That's so dumb. I wish they would have done something different.
Yeah.
Make it like Clash of Clans where there's 3 of them. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? Like make it more unique instead of more goblins.
See, this is what I've been saying all the time. They need to bring more Clash of Clans troops into Clash Royale. They got so many. Why not just bring them in?
Yeah, they're already
so many of them out there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this one's interesting. The balloon has a bomber riding in it, so whenever the balloon's going, the bomber attacks while it's inside the balloon.
Oh god,
man. No. And it does more splash damage. Are you kidding me?
It's kind of like the
and you can't reach it. You can't arrow it. Can't kill it.
No, it's in the balloon. Yeah,
exactly. That doesn't make no sense either. You would think that by airing the balloon, what?
With like 50% more health.
Yeah. Oh my word. No.
Number 9, the witch. Turns things to Evo, or whenever she does her skeletons, they're Evo skeletons.
Oh no.
Remember?
I was like, dude, did you not hear me?
No, I didn't hear you right.
Evo skeletons turns into Evo skeletons.
All you need is witch. You think I'm joking?
Your witch will turn into a 3 elixir skeleton.
I'm sorry, Mother Witch. All you need is Mother Witch on him.
Oh,
it's endless piggies at that point. Endless piggies. It's funny.
All right, here is my favorite one, and I think they should definitely do this because this will bring a lot of strategy to the game. The miner. This is our last one. It heals towers. I'm not saying a lot.
So when he's attacking, he's healing the other tower.
Nope.
Whatever's lowest.
I would say only your towers it would heal.
Which one? Which one's the lowest?
Any tower.
So which one's the lowest?
Wherever you lay it down.
So you got to lay it down at your side and close to the tower.
Wait.
Are you talking about
that would be broken because they wouldn't die?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, I think as it's attacking, it's healing towers for you. Now that would be a little broken, but it has to be attacking. That's what I thought.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it should spawn a heal radius like the battle healer does, but probably bigger because you can put it on top of your princess tower instead of putting it on their tower. So
that's a good idea.
That is a good idea.
Yes, sure. I like that. I like that a lot.
Because then you can like put it on your tower if you want to heal it, and then you would have to sacrifice the amount of damage you're going to do on their tower.
Yeah.
The miner won't consistently heal like a battle healer. It'll just, act as a regular miner.
That's a good point.
Very good idea. But Treck, man, I really appreciate you on the show with us. You've done a fantastic job. Guys,
your tips were amazing, bro.
Yes.
They're really good.
Guys, he is on YouTube and I believe on Twitter as well.
Or X, whatever you want to call it.
Or X. All of his social media stuff will be in the show notes below. So go ahead and subscribe to him on YouTube. Check him out. Like I said, he's a top 2,000 player.
And if you need coaching, he's I'm pretty sure
he's definitely willing to do it.
Yeah,
so he's
more than happy.
Awesome
just go on our Discord. Sure. Like I said, all going to be in the show notes below. So yeah.
So thanks, Treck, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're a blessing, pal.
For sure.
We'll see you, man.
Guys.
Yeah, you too.
All right. we got one review from Apple Podcast.
Oh, yeah,
This is by LBY. And he titled this, Love This Pod. And he said, I love this pod. I listen to it all day. It makes me know what's going on in Clash. Please make more.
Yeah.
So that's Caleb's fault. We can't make more because Caleb.
I'm single Pringle, ready to...
He's too busy in life. Thanks for the review, man. And also, you guys in Spotify, please ask a question that's non-related to Clash Royale. I would love to see what you guys cook up. And
or don't, you know.
No, you do. And it might be on the next pod. So go ahead and non-related to Clash Royale, ask a question. Just ask a question, even if it's about a dryer or a washer.
Yeah. But guys, I'm going to break it to you. No, we're not going to give you our phone numbers.
Or Social Security. Thanks, Discord.
Yeah, or a license plate, or where we live. Thank you, though.
Have a nice day. Well, all right, guys, we will see you in 2 weeks.
Ah, rah, roo.